Good Thursday afternoon, everyone. Meteorologist Jessica Blum alongside meteorologist Carmelo Latuca. We are back in the station after a school visit yesterday. We
Eventful.
saw Clinton. They're
Yes.
going to be featured on the 4 and 6 o'clock show today. Any parents that may be watching, very exciting to be there. It was eventful. You want to tell everyone why
It was a great
eventful?
school visit. Love talking to the kids, and they all had a great time. But at the end of the school visit, the weather shield battery decided to not turn on. So we tried starting the car after, and Chief Meteorologist Brad Anderson saved us. So
He sure did.
He was there. I mean, this is probably as close as weather shield visits go.
Thankfully.
But thankfully we weren't out of town. No, it was a fun story. We took some pictures. I'm sure you could see them on social media. And
Yeah, Brad was saying he didn't know that his chiefly duties included
rescuing
saving
other meteorologists.
stranded
I
meteorologists,
would have
but
thought
it definitely
that
was.
implied, but I mean, whatever.
But aside from some of the fun things, we are looking to talk about some colder air arriving by the end of this week. Unfortunately, a dive to some colder temperatures eventually. So we're leading off with Carmelo's comments
Yes.
to get you through what we're going to be talking about here this afternoon as we join you here December 11th.
Absolutely. Let's go through them. So top weather headline is going to be the potential, and not only a potential, but it is going to get a lot colder out there this weekend. But the wild temperature spread today has been just crazy. I mean, we have temperatures that are more typical of a fall spring, kind of split across the state. But then we have this potential, and it
Excited
looks
to
very
share.
likely, but much colder Friday into this weekend. And then some accumulating snow is possible, and I think a little bit more likely today than it was yesterday, especially in northeast Nebraska. So these are our top things we're looking forward to.
And as we talk about what's happening this weekend, I don't think what you'll see as we have to show you will be much of a shocker compared to what we've already seen so far this season and where the snow has been and really set up through the last several systems. But here's the wild temperature spread that Carmelo was
incredible.
hinting at. 72 in Imperial and McCook right now as we join you here late in the 3 o'clock hour. We're in the 30s here in Lincoln.
Yeah, I know we said yesterday that, there was the potential if the front moved through, we'd be well into the 50s. If the front didn't move through, we might only climb into the low 40s, and we might not get out of the upper 30s today. We've actually are a degree cooler than we were an hour ago, so
Wow.
it's not looking too
Temperatures
good.
falling already.
Falling already. We're not looking like we're going to get too much warming here in Lincoln, but, 31 in Wayne to 72 in McCook. That is incredible. It would be really cool if we could just send both of us in two of those spots, T-shirts and shorts weather, and just bundling
show
up.
you?
I mean, that's crazy.
Or why don't we have Carmelo? We just need to make friends in all these spots and call them up and be like, "Hey,
A friend in
send
each
me a
town,
picture." Yeah,
and we'll get them on the air.
I mean, we do have a friend out in Sydney, and I'm sure she's loving her 66 while we're out here in
Wow.
37. That's even a crazy temperature spread.
But that's today.
40 degrees today. Yeah,
It's going to be a lot different as we go into tomorrow. But I thought I'd show the 24-hour temperature change, and
it's notable.
I thought we'd see a little bit more yellow in eastern Nebraska, but really not much change compared to yesterday. It's out to the west where they are a lot warmer. So let's now get into the next few days and talk about it, because overnight tonight, it's not terrible. I mean, this is actually, I think, above average, pretty close to average at
Especially
least. So,
looking at the 30s out
yeah,
west.
southwest Nebraska, not bad. But tomorrow afternoon, we're really starting to filter in that cooler air. No more 70s, no more 60s, no more 50s. We have 20s, 30s, and 40s almost across the board. So right around freezing tomorrow in Lincoln.
Yeah, it's going to feel, I think, a little bit different tomorrow, too, because the winds come up as well. And I think, when does the front come through? I guess I didn't have time to look at that. Was
Front
that
moves through tomorrow morning.
tomorrow morning?
Maybe late afternoon or early afternoon, but it's this initial surge that brings in this cooler air Friday, but it's this high pressure behind it that's going to bring in those dramatically cooler temperatures Saturday, Sunday. Because look at those lows as we go into Saturday morning. We're back into the single digits, 13 in Lincoln, so dropping about 10, 15 degrees. And then Saturday afternoon,
Oh, gosh.
it's a lot.
These are high
cooler.
temperatures, folks. These are not low temperatures anymore. We're looking at highs forecasted for Saturday.
We're going to show the 7-day by the end of the stream, and you're going to see that the highs Saturday and Sunday are very close to low temperatures that we are expecting next week. That'll show you that we're going to warm up next week, but we got to get through some colder air first. These up and down temperatures, I mean, again, this is a fall spring pattern, just going really highs, and lows, and it's just back and forth. But only 17 in Lincoln.
We have some snow to talk about too, and as we talk about Saturday, some maybe not getting out of the single digits. That might be some of the areas that see a little bit more snow out of this next system, so that'll certainly factor into such a cold day Saturday.
Oh, boy.
And then Sunday morning on the wrong side of zero, as you look at forecasted lows, -1 here in Lincoln. This would be our coldest morning of the season because we haven't dropped below zero yet. We've been close, but not yet. I think our lowest temperatures so far have been around 2 degrees, and we did that twice. And now we're forecasted to get below zero here. This would be Sunday morning, 7 below in Tacoma, 6 below in Wayne, 13 below maybe out towards Storm Lake in northwestern Iowa, where they may see a little bit more snow out of this weekend system.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be chilly. There's no other way. Definitely going to be cold. No really other way to slice it up. We start to warm up on Sunday, especially out west, but it's going to remain well below normal in eastern Nebraska. Some areas only climbing into the teens once again.
So highlighting the temperatures first, but now let's talk about Skycast and take you through the end of this week and into this weekend.
So we're starting Friday afternoon. Because I
Yes.
think we're quiet tonight. I think we're quiet first half of the day Friday. Northern Nebraska, Friday afternoon to Friday evening. Some light snow. Nothing terrible. It's really late Friday into the overnight hours. The snow band starts to dive a little farther southeast, starts to increase in coverage, and maybe even into the rate of snowfall. And you see Lincoln kind of just teetering on the edge in the overnight hours. It won't really be until that 7 to noon time frame on Saturday we start to see it a little bit of an increase. But this is out of here
not
pretty
much,
quickly.
yeah.
I mean, this is a lot of the overnight hours, so don't expect snowflakes flying around all weekend. But definitely a snowier Saturday than what we've seen, and a lot quieter into Sunday.
A quick dagger of snow, or what we'd like to call a frontogenesis band, it looks like, out of this, and setting up more so over northeast Nebraska, probably to see a little bit more. Lincoln, it looks like not so much, but I think we could see some accumulation, and that's why on our map we have trace to an inch, probably not close to an inch.
I mean, this is, I don't want to say identical, but
It
this
has
is
been.
very similar to last weekend, last Saturday. We thought, a little rain, snow here in Lincoln, but northeast Nebraska, especially northwestern Iowa, southeastern South Dakota, these systems with this pattern are diving far to the north and east and kind of just clipping our area. So, I mean, there's some parts of Iowa that have just been repeatedly hit by snowfall after snowfall, and it just won't stop.
I've heard from some people that feel like it's like every 3-4 days.
But here in Lincoln,
I'm sure that's what it feels like.
I mean, we can show the 10-day and the 8 to 14 days in a moment, but we might have more snow on the ground the days after Thanksgiving than we will have the days after Christmas. I think that's,
If not, maybe the majority of December.
It's
I mean,
pretty
we had
incredible.
that first
we got a
round of
sharp
snow.
start, but
yeah, and
it's
we're not
been-
seeing much in the meantime.
temperatures have been all over the place. I'm not saying it's been warm this whole time, but it's certainly been drier lately, and it looks like it'll continue after Saturday.
Happy to see that we bumped up. I think Tuesday and Wednesday has been looking warmer with how the models have been trending. So yeah, we get through this weekend, and that's really what we need to get through because next week looks a lot better with 40s and 50s.
Well, this is what I was talking about. Saturday and Sunday, 17 and 23.
Just
Those are
brutal.
almost your lows Monday, Tuesday. That's incredible. So those 50s, enjoy them. Not going to get as warm as what we saw this past Tuesday. We got to 60. That was really nice, but I don't think anyone's going to complain about low 50s in December. This
No.
late into December.
No, we'll take some more days like that. So it's really this weekend that sticks out like a sore thumb as you look at the teens, even the single digits up toward O'Neill on Saturday. That's after a very, very cold start. For some, could be below zero. And then we're trying to dig ourselves out of that a little bit on Sunday. But if we have some snow on the ground, even
little
not
trickier.
too much, yeah, it's going to take a little time to warm up. But then it doesn't look like we have too much snow because then we warm up from the 20s to the 40s by Monday, and then the 50s for Tuesday and Wednesday, maybe even some 60s out toward North Platte and McCook, and then maybe a little bit of a cool down toward the
But
back half
not
of next
bad.
week. But yeah, we're talking about a difference of maybe 10 degrees rather than where we've been jumping this week from 60 down to the teens by Saturday.
Yes. So
Some weather whiplash we've kind of been dealing.
colder start to that 10-day forecast and a milder finish for sure.
And then we'll look at the 10-day precipitation chances,
I mean,
again
look at that.
peaking Friday into Saturday.
It's little to nothing after Saturday.
And then, yeah, I'm fine with that.
No, I mean,
I'm one of those people that would love a white Christmas,
yeah, I would too. I would like a little bit of
but
snow
the
on
week
ground.
leading up to Christmas, hey, some people may be getting some early travel in there or looking to spend some time with the holiday. Sometimes my dad's one of those people that can get a couple weeks off leading up to Christmas. So it's nice to get some things done and maybe some plans with family without precipitation.
I think our average high is in the upper 30s,
30s,
now, I think. So if we take a look at our 8 to 14 day, and we just showed what our temperatures were. Well, first we'll start off with the precipitation, and this now goes into Christmas Day.
Yeah.
And it's still got that drier than normal little pocket in southern Nebraska. Maybe a little bit more
out toward the western coast.
Certainly more active north, east, and west of us. But man, things are just flying all around Nebraska, aren't they? In terms of the precipitation, the active pattern. But we'll see. Things could certainly change, and that's on the tail end of the 8 to 14 day. But this is way more noticeable, way more impactful. Look at that. I mean, that's almost
leading
the whole
up to
country.
Christmas. Yeah,
That's incredible. So maybe not a white Christmas, maybe a little bit of snow this weekend, but warmer than average conditions look to continue.
Especially for those in around I-80 and to the south, it looks like they have a really good chance of being above average during that time frame. So that's what we've kind of jumped on to talk about, to give you guys a heads up about this weekend. The cold air coming, not going to last long. We'll warm up nicely next week and look forward to that, I think, the week before Christmas. But as always, appreciate your time, Carmelo. It's always fun to jump on with you to talk about the weather in the afternoon. We've got a 4 o'clock show. Be sure to tune in because I think Brad is out ringing the bell with
Brad
some
will be
of our
out at
anchors.
5.
Is he at 5?
Brad's out at 5, but our whole morning crew is out.
Yeah,
I think
High
at 50th
V.
and O at High V at 4 o'clock, and they will be, ringing the bells and, spreading the good cheer.
So be sure to tune into our 4 and 5 o'clock shows this evening, and be sure to tune in to the 10-11 Severe Weather Centers. We continue to post updates as we get closer to the weekend, and then I will enjoy certainly that warm up by next week.
Definitely.
But everyone have a great and safe Thursday, and we'll see you next time.